Hey guys, Tong here. I'm here to review the Wikipad, which is a 7-inch tablet. It looks and functions a lot like the Google Nexus. And you can see on the back it has Wikipad on it, but the design is very similar to the Google Nexus. And it's got the same kind of ports. You got your mini HDMI, your microphone, your headphone, and your power and volume ports on top. And you got your mini USB on the bottom. And it actually has a micro SD card slot on the side here, which is very useful, and it can support up to 32 gigabyte micro SD cards, which is pretty cool, and your standard 2 megapixel webcam up there. So turn the tablet on. You can see the interface is very similar to the Nexus, and really there's nothing new here. You've already seen this a lot before, probably in many other Android tablets. So the interface is pretty standard. However, the selling point for this tablet is the fact that it comes with a controller, and it's very marketed towards those gamers who really want to have the analog controls gamepads as opposed to the touch screens on the touchscreen controls. So that's basically what this tablet has going for it. So Wikipad comes with this controller, this proprietary kind of controller that fits into it. It's got your standard D-pad, your back button, start button, analog controls, and the 4 main control buttons here, as well as the shoulder buttons at the back. And it looks pretty big, although the weight is actually not that much. And how it works is you slide the Wikipad in here, it docks with the controller, and now it looks like an oversized Game Gear. And yeah, this is the main selling point of this tablet, is that it integrates with this controller well, and it has many games that are kind of already coming stock with it, and it's it's integrated with PlayStation Mobile, with Tegra Zone as well, and Envision. It comes with this game Dead Trigger on it, which I can show you. And I haven't played this game that much before, but the Wikipad does come with several games stock on it to test out the controller. Okay, so as you can see, these controls work fairly well. Pretty good on that. And then you got your shoulder buttons, aiming and firing, and your analog sticks moving, so that's pretty good. And it does a pretty good imitation of actually playing on a console. So yeah, that's how it functions on this game, which is pretty decent. So you can still use your touchpad controls, of course. Okay, so that's Dead Trigger. And I also have Vice City here, which we can try out. It's an oldie but goodie. Alright, let's see if we can... I guess we can't skip this screen. Okay, now we can finally get down to playing the game.
my head out of the gutter for one freaking
Right, this is the
second.
beginning. I remember
So
this when I
shit in my
played this way
face.
back in
Go get some sleep.
2002.
What are you gonna do? I'll drop by your office tomorrow and we can start sorting this mess out.
Okay, so yeah, controls work pretty well in this game. It's all mapped correctly. You can get on this scooter. Run some people over, do all that good stuff.
I know you saw me. It doesn't have to be like this.
So yeah, that's Vice City, and it runs pretty decently. All the controls map pretty well. But the main part of this game that I personally find I like is the emulators for it. So I got some SNES emulators. Played with my ROMs that I own, of course. And let's see, what's a game we can play? We can play Mega Man. Okay, so yeah, all the ROMs that I played work pretty well with these controls on the Wikipad, which is nice to see. And it really gives an authentic feeling of I'm playing an old school console like a Game Gear or a Lynx or a Game Boy, except now you can play it with your ROMs. There we go. So yeah, all these ROMs work pretty well, the buttons all map and everything. And that's one of the great things about this Wikipad controller. So that's a SNES. Let's try a GBA game. I got Super Mario here.
Choose a game.
Yoshi's Island, classic. If you see any flickering on the screen, it's not, the screen's not actually flickering. I think it's just the camera that does that. Okay. So yeah, D-pad works and it maps correctly. The analog controls also function much like the D-pad. So yeah, emulators work very well with this. Oh man. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that is the Game Boy Advance emulator. And one more emulator to show you, and that's Nintendo 64. And let's try Mario 64 on this. It's a classic. So yeah, even the Nintendo 64 emulators map pretty well, as you would expect. Jump. I'm using the analog, but I think this one is for the camera. This one looks much like the other controls on the N64, so. So yeah, the Wikipad controls work really well with these emulators and ROMs, which is a nice thing to have. And I would say overall this tablet is a pretty good value, being that it's only $250, which means that it's only $50 more than the Nexus, and it comes with this controller pad, which by itself is probably worth $50. Of course, now the Google Nexus, they came out with a new one, so probably it's not as good value as it would have been. But if they release an update for this that has a better processor, then it will be in line with the Google Nexus. And this controller pad really makes a good deal. And the integration with all these game services like PlayStation Mobile and stuff is pretty good as well. And even if you don't want to carry around this controller pad, you can always just take out the tablet and use it as a regular tablet, which is always nice to have that flexibility. And how would I say this compares to my other tablets? So I have my Arco 7, of course, which I reviewed before, which has a resistive non-IPS screen. It's got a TFT screen. But this is an old school tablet. This tablet is a lot thicker because of the older design, and also because it has a 320 gigabyte hard drive in here. So yeah, that's this tablet is mostly for watching movies for me, because it can store so much. 320 gigs is a lot. But compared to this one is a lot thinner, a lot lighter, and this one is mostly used for, as you would expect, gaming. So yeah, I would definitely buy this tablet if you want to use it for gaming. And even though I haven't reviewed the Kindle Fire yet, but I mean, most people have already seen it, the Kindle Fire, and it's for reading books mostly for me. So yeah, Kindle Fire, Arco 7, a little bit hefty, but works for videos and movies. And now I have the Wikipad for gaming, and as a gaming device, it's pretty decent. I can show you one more of my favorites. Let's try Sonic CD on here. Let's plug this right in. Okay. This is the same Sonic CD, I think that was in the Ouya console that I reviewed. Oh yeah, it's still open. Okay, so this is one of my favorite Sonic games. Really, really great game. Personally, I would put it right next to Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles as my all-time favorite Sonic games. But yeah, that works as you would expect. And yeah, basically I would say this is actually better value than the Ouya. Mainly because the Ouya cannot access any Android app store or any of the vast collection of games that this Wikipad can access. And if I was going for a choice of console between the $250 Wikipad and the $99 Ouya, I would go with the Wikipad, because yeah, it has a lot of access to games, and it's got pretty good controls, pretty well built. Otherwise, it's just like a Google Nexus if you don't want to have these controls. And I like that flexibility. And yeah, that's my review. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, today I want to demonstrate a new feature, or a recent feature of Wikipad, which is the ability to map any of these analog buttons to virtually any game on the tablet. And this is enabled by a recent update to Wikipad called the Wikipad Game Mapper. And this is enabled in the latest firmware, so you have to download the latest firmware. But then you have the ability now to map any of these buttons to pretty much any game that you play on this tablet. And this is a very unique feature of Wikipad that I don't think any other tablets have. So I'm going to demonstrate by starting up a game without any native Wikipad support like Duke Nukem 3D. Alright, so this is Duke Nukem 3D. It does not have native Wikipad support, so the buttons won't work, and I'll show you how you can use the Wikipad mapper to make it work. Okay, so we start Duke Nukem 3D, and you'll notice that this does not have Wikipad support, so these buttons, they don't work well at all, right? So usually in these kind of games, you only have these virtual buttons on the screen, right? So you have move, you have to click the screen to move around, you have to tap the screen to move around to orient yourself, and then you have to click these little virtual buttons on the screen, which is not very useful for playing games. But with the Wikipad game mapper, I just have to enable this, and you'll notice how it says button, thumbstick, target. So this creates different kinds of mappings for your game, right? So button is for any of these buttons, any analog button. A thumbstick is basically for these analog thumbsticks, and then target is for it's for when you actually tap on the screen itself to move. So we're going to show you how this works now. So this button is fire, so I'm going to press it here and move this little button here, and I press the button A for fire. And then I have this button, which is to crouch. I'll press X for that. And then a button for use, Y. So you just drag it to the location on the screen, basically. And that's basically how it works. And then thumbstick, because this is the area where the thumbstick is on the screen. And I'll move the thumbstick so it knows which one I'm mapping. That's the left one. And now this is target, so because we have to move the screen itself to actually rotate, we're just going to put it there, and I'm going to move my right thumbstick to get that. And there's another switch weapon here, so I'm going to add another button here, and I'm going to press the shoulder button for that. Okay, so now I'm going to takes a while to apply, but okay, I'm gonna so now I can move around the screen using the analog stick instead of using my hand, and this one will move around, right, because I mapped it to this button below. Right, now I no longer have to tap on the screen, and then if I press the buttons here, it'll do the respective things. This will crouch, this will use, this will jump, fire, and even change weapon. So yeah, that's basically how it works. So now you can play basically any game without having to use the virtual buttons on the screen. Instead, you can map it to the physical controls, which is a lot better for playing tablet games. I mean, I sure don't want to use my hands to move around all the time when I can just use the analog stick. It's much easier. So yeah, and then these mappings get saved when you go out. So if you exit this game, you can just quit this game. It'll remember the settings for this game. And you can use it for any other game. So yeah, this is how you add Wikipad support to pretty much any game on the Android, on your Android games. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. All right.
This is a problem.
It's not a problem.
You alienated part of America.
I alienated crazy people.
You couldn't resist, could you?
Jesus, not you too.
This is a problem. I keep trying to explain that, but the president won't listen.
Poverty is a problem. Apartheid is a problem. This is just a...
Alright, so I'm playing Saints Row 4 on my Wikipad using the OnLive service and using Cloudlift to stream it from my Steam library.
No, you do. You're the
So you need a Cloudlift subscription, but once you do that, you can play a lot of Steam games and you can stream it anywhere, including to the Wikipad. It's really good for the Wikipad because the Wikipad has the analog controllers, of course. It's analog controls, with the Wikipad controller, and it maps pretty much one-to-one with the games. So basically, I'm playing Saints Row 4, and it feels just like playing it on like a PS3 or an Xbox because the controls map pretty well.
I dread these endless question and answer
Like A maps to A, Y maps to Y on the controller, etc. It's pretty good. The shoulder buttons will work.
What do you want me to push for? Do you want to be the president who cured cancer or the president who solved world hunger?
Easy decision here.
Cancer has to go. Now where are my cigarettes?
Good.
I hope Kinsey has the press pool under control.
Saints Row 4 is a great game. One of my favorite games. So over the top.
Now, you listen here.
And it's
If you think you can cram your agenda past
it's less serious than
Congress, you
GTA,
are in for a
and
rude
it's
awakening, you
it's
hear
more
me?
funny in my
Now,
opinion.
Let me tell you a little something about the greatest word in politics. Filibuster.
And the guns and vehicles are like so much cooler in Saints Row than GTA. So this is one of my favorite games.
Bonjour, Doris. Are we still on for tennis?
Oleg and I are about to head over to Camp David to watch some Nightblade. Yep. You down?
Well, I'll have my people call your people, Josh.
I'm your #1 fan!
Nice work, Oleg.
President's words were taken.
Since this is a streaming service, other people can watch me play this game, and they can spectate, and they can cheer me, they can request my friend and stuff.
Jane,
So yeah, basically I'm streaming this while I'm recording it and
How
playing
many
it.
times do I have...
Asha and Miller are waiting for you in the Oval Office.
If MI6 needed something, they would send it up the chain, not fly across an ocean.
You do need kind of a good internet connection when you're playing OnLive because it is streaming from the cloud.
I gotta go.
So you need a decent internet connection.
You know that Kinsey's been saying the same thing.
When did you start taking Kinsey seriously?
When the people who helped us save the world said we should.
That said, sometimes it does get a little bit laggy, but so far it seems okay.
Hello, humans. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a time for fear, but a time for celebration. Today, the best and brightest among you will find salvation within the Zin Empire.
I'm smarter than all these people.
Delightful.
Kinsey, go!
Protect the president! I do love your spirit, my dear. I'm Zinyak. Pleasure to meet you. Would you like to join me for a ride? Splendid.
Oh! Release me! How do they expect me to commit genocide without a weapon?
Reports are coming in.
I told them to have a gun available every 5 steps. Every 5 steps, I say. Saints rule.
There you are. Thank God you're right.
Are you okay? Where is Matthew?
Upstairs, trying to find out what's happening.
What is happening?
All out war by the looks of it. I'm meeting up with Matt. I'll be in touch via comm.
Keep your head down.
Nice.
Come on, this way! What the fuck?
Keith! God damn it!
Die, alien motherfucker!
Mayor, what the fuck is going on? Pierce, back! Get the rope!
Shit, players! Save yourself! Fuck that! Save me!
Millions of people are
Nice. Yeah, all the buttons map perfectly, which is good.
Where are you, asshole? Abduct my cabinet? I will rip your fucking... Oh, shit! The scorecard.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Matt, hold on to me! Ansha, Matthew! God damn it!
Tell my wife!
I had another wife.
Mon Dieu, how many of you are there? Back to Ernie, activate sub-particle defenses. Let's do this, you...
I like how you can customize your character a lot in Saints Row. So I made myself an Asian girl with a Russian accent. Which is why she sounds like that. Alright.
I should pop with my awesomeness. Dinner is served.
Uh-oh.
I will shoot you all down. You stole my friends. You abducted my cabinet. You think you can come here and fuck with my country? This is for Madame Liberté. This is for Uncle Samuel. This one is just because I want. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Do it up.
It's a little bit laggy sometimes, but
Why do you humans enjoy leaping so much?
Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch! You did not take me into account, did you?
Well, hello there. Welcome aboard.
I will have you dissected alive, you alien swine.
Now, not so fast.
Au revoir. Oh, wait.
Sweet.
Quoi? Goodness me, what a dream. Oh, gosh, what a glorious day.
Leave it to the saints. Brought to you by Friendly Fire, the only choice in home cookware.
Morning, dear. I made your favorite breakfast. Oh, Mr. King from across the street is going out of town for a few weeks. He was wondering if you could check his mail for him. Oh, and your friend Pierce called. I'm sure he has some crazy new get-rich scheme. Oh, that Pierce. Such a card. And someone named Dex stopped by earlier. I didn't recognize him, so I just sent him away. I think I heard Timmy deliver the paper earlier. Could you fetch it, dear?
But of course.
Eye diddly eye, neighbor.
Good old 1950s.
I wonder what is going on in the world today.
You ready to meet the fine people of Steelport? Well, get in the car.
Do I not usually drive?
It's your world. Go ahead. Boy, they sure are anxious to meet you.
They?
Oh,
Well, you do have a
That probably
queer
wasn't
sense of humor.
Why does this all
what I
look
was supposed
so
to do.
odd?
Now, what's that you say?
Something is wrong. This is all...
Can't wait to get out to the lake this weekend. I hear the fish are really biting.
The fish? Please do not change the subject.
Don't you worry now. We're almost there.
What is that?
Oh, careful now. Well, here we are. Why don't you glad hand with it? We got time.
Ow! My toe.
Can I get a picture? Aw, thank you kindly. Looks like it's time. Your public is waiting. Oh my stars, it's the president!
Hi, how are... What the...
We don't use that kind of language here in Steelport.
Uh-oh.